This is the door that separates the bedroom from the kitchen. And in the transport home from Steinhatchee, it fell. Now, I'm not sure why. We have had trouble with it before, so we got to put it back. It's a very heavy door. Gary commented on fixing it yesterday. He couldn't believe that in an RV there was a door this heavy. What's got to happen is this little part of this hook, I'm gonna get it to focus. Only in focus. This little round part here, there's two of them. There's this one and then there's another hook there. All right, this little round part here has to fit in this area here, slide back, and then this hooks around and captures it, and then it slides back and forth, and there's two of them. The problem is being able to get your hand up in this area here, get that hooked up. That's what one person does while the other is holding the door up, and it's not easy to do, at least for us. We tried several times, couldn't get it, so we've called in the reinforcements, our son-in-law, and he's gonna come and help get it back together. Gary wanted to just take the door down and put a curtain up. No, I vetoed that. That area that you see on the door right there is where the mirror, I had a command strip that was helping hold the mirror steady, and of course it pulled off. But this mirror fits perfectly. It's an over the door. It hangs with these over the door hooks, and it fits perfectly right in between the side rails of the door. And I need that mirror. So no, I'm not putting a curtain up. If we just cannot get this door up, which we can, we just can't do it ourselves, it can be put back up. Gary still has a little bit of trouble with holding it up with his shoulder hurting. He's not having to do it up over his head, but still holding it up, and it being heavy as it is, while I'm up there finagling with it, trying to get, and you know, these fingers up there working with it, that's not something that's gonna happen fast. So anyway, we'll get it fixed. It's just gonna take some time. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, January the 29th, and it's a week that I am looking forward to getting a bunch of stuff done. It's cold outside, or at least it was this morning. The wind was blowing pretty good, but I think it's warmed up enough to be able to get out and about. I'm gonna find out in just a few minutes. Before I go outside, there's a few things I wanted to go over with Gary. I have been doing some journal jottings, writing down some things that I'd like to get done in the next, I don't know, the next 6 weeks, I'll say. Preferably before springtime. This little book, I've written a lot in it, doesn't necessarily mean that everything of it has been completed, but there are some things that I really would love to get done. Let me get over here. Gary has somewhat forbidden me to put him on video because he's had some kind of allergic reaction to something and it's caused him to break out in welts. So I'm going to honor his request. You may hear him talking, but he's got a bit of a puffy lip, so I'll refrain from putting him in front of the camera. But what I've done is, this is my list. So let's go over the list and see what it is that the RV wife would like to accomplish in the next few weeks. We definitely, desperately need to redo the mulch outside. It has thinned out considerably. It's gotten raked, and when we would blow the leaves and so forth, a lot of it would get blown away as well. And it's going to be high up on the priority list of things that we need to do. And these are not in any kind of particular order, as I was telling Gary. It's just as I thought of it. A pallet of grass. We really need a pallet of grass. When we take Maddie out in the mornings to do her business, we can wipe her feet off easily enough. And yeah, we can wipe our shoes off too, but they are, when you walk on that dirt and coming back in, and it's not just dirt, it's where the leaves over the cuttings, the little bitty mulch pieces gets tracked in, and we just need some ground cover. So I think we're going to look seriously at getting a pallet of grass. We tried with the seed planting, and that didn't go very well, did it? Of course, we may have tried it at the wrong time of the year. And I'm not sure what time of the year we need to do the pallet of grass.
It don't matter.
But it's something that I want to look into seriously. And then the next thing on the list that I have, and it's not in any kind of order, is re-roof the greenhouse. And we were just talking about that. So you're saying 10 pieces of that acrylic paneling?
It's going to take 10 pieces 4 foot long, and they come in 12-foot pieces. So you can get 3 pieces out of a 12-foot piece, which means it's going to take 4 pieces when you have 2 pieces left over.
We really need to do that. That's probably not the number one thing to do, but it's way up there. Number 2. The sides need to be addressed too, but they're not stripped and a bunch of holes and torn and all that kind of stuff like the roof is. We got that tarp on top, and while we were gone to Steinhatchee, we had some really rough wind to come through here, and it has shredded the blue tarp. So we really there's too much in there that could be damaged by being wet and so forth. So that's going to be on the list. But what I was about to say was, I'm not opposed to rewrapping the sides in that plastic like we have on it right now. It's lasted for 3 years. So anyway, that's something that we're going to look in real seriously. And then the next thing I have on my list is to dig a border trench around the butterfly garden. That I will probably do in the next couple of weeks. I'd like to get started on it this week if I can. I haven't done anything yet. It was pretty cold this morning. It's 1:45. This morning it was really breezy and cold. And so it was like, okay, I'll wait until after lunch and get started on it. So that's something that I'm going to do pretty quickly. The butterfly garden area right now is pitiful looking. Of course, everything is this time of the year. But the wheat straw that I put out, areas of it have germinated where you got grass growing, but it's growing in the straw because the straw is over pieces of cardboard that I put down. So that'll be something done pretty quickly. Then I got work on wagon. That's coming. That's probably on the very bottom of the list. I want to eventually look at restaining the walls of the wagon and the wheels, but like I say, that's something to come later on. Then I got paint and wallpaper inside the house. That's something else that is not really urgent. There's a couple of places I thought about in the areas beside the TV, doing some of that peel and stick wallpaper back there. It's a curved back, so putting some kind of planking or something like that won't work because of that curved, or it's something that we can't do. This will be a DIY, so either paint or wallpaper. I've been kind of thumbing through, looking at some samples, Amazon and Pinterest, but I haven't really found anything that just said, ooh, I really like this. Let's see. Take the T-top to the recycle plant. Do you think that you and I can load that up on the wagon? The trailer, not the wagon, the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, that's something I'd like to get done pretty quick too, because it's just an eyesore. It's just something that we need to get out of the way. So, all right. Then scrub the porch and the steps. Well, I don't want to do that until, there's no point in doing that really until we get mulch down, at least the mulch part. And, I could probably go ahead and take care of it before we actually do any kind of grass planting, but that won't take long anyway, whenever I decide to do it. All right, portable underpinning. We talked about this on the way home from Steinhatchee. I've been looking through Pinterest and I have found, and it was RVs. Some of them were mobile homes, single wide, double wides, that kind of thing. But there have been some RVs that I saw that had been underpinned with portable. Well, let me back up. I don't know if they were portable or not, but what we do would be portable. But it was slats of wood, and it was in like a frame. So sections of it were done, and like you had a frame, and then the slats of wood horizontally. There's always the option of lattice. The cross lattice I'm not a big fan of, but the checkerboard lattice, I like that. Okay, can you give me some kind of do you have any idea what the cost of something like that?
I hadn't even looked. I have no idea.
That's a project that would take some real planning on that, budget-wise and layout and that kind of thing. So, but that is something that I'd like to consider doing, and it would be portable. We're stationary more than we travel. We'll just have to plan on how to make the underpinning portable, but yet still look nice when it's up. Then let's see, I've got, okay, this is number 1 on the list, wash RV. We would be doing that today were it not for this allergic reaction that Gary has had. He has taken Benadryl and it's made him sleepy. So I think the weather is supposed to be somewhat decent this week.
Yeah, all week.
So hopefully it has gone down. The swelling is his upper lip, and it has gone down since this morning, but it's still there. And he has taken, or did you take another Tylenol?
1 o'clock.
So he's about to take another Benadryl, and so no, he's not getting on the roof after having taken that. Fix behind stove. That's the next thing on the list. So what does that mean? Well, let me just show you. Maddie is reactive to every sound and movement that is made. Let me just show you what I mean by fixing behind the stove. What I'm referring to is right in here, you can see the waving. And you can see right here, or I hope you can see what I'm pointing to. Right in there. That's where, when I was cooking, after we first moved in, cooking on these back burners, not giving it a second thought, that it was melting, warping this, whatever you call this back here, not tile. And for the life of me, I don't understand why the manufacturer would put something behind the stove that essentially is, it's a fire hazard. It's something that could very easily catch this place on fire. So it's one sheet, it appears to be, and it doesn't even go up on this side. It ends right here. So from here to here is just the regular backing. So what I want to do is replace that. Gary's suggestion is that we put stainless steel, a sheet of stainless steel. And in our house, behind the stove, I had, before we actually had tiling put up, I had a sheet of stainless steel, and it worked pretty good. It was super easy to clean up with that stainless steel sheet. So that's what I think we're going to be doing to replace this. Now, on this side, which would go up, I want to do some kind of wallpaper, that peel and stick, or wallpaper of some sort, or the peel and stick tile. We cannot put regular tile like we had in the house, or like you would put in a house, because it would the grout's not going to give with motion and traveling and that kind of thing. On the opposite side is the refrigerator, and this is the wood. Now, we could, and I probably would, treat this in the same way that I do this other side with wallpaper, or whatever, wall tile, whatever. So anyway, that's what I mean by fixing behind the stove. That's got to be repaired. I only use the front two burners because I am afraid of it getting too hot and really causing severe damage. So again, I don't understand the manufacturing decision there. All right, the last thing is plant my beginner seeds. I've already bought the little cups that you plant in, and I've got a little tray, and then I've collected the seeds, so I've got the seeds, and that's something that I will do this week. I probably am a little late in getting this done. What I should have done, and if I thought of it, I would have. Matter of fact, I actually went to Ace Hardware there in Steinhatchee and looked at their little seedling starter pots, and then I happened to think, well, my seeds are back home, so, but I should have taken all that with me and done that while we were in Steinhatchee, because goodness knows we had plenty of time to do it. But that's the last thing that's on my list of what to do. Big projects, that kind of thing. There's one other thing, and I am absolutely dying to tell y'all about. Gary's shaking his head, but it's a little bit too quick to do it, so I'm gonna have to just zip it and not say anything. But let's just say I am super excited about it. It's hard for me to keep quiet about it. Let me show you something that I have done. I ordered these sofa covers, and it's separate pieces. The back is one piece, and then the bottom is one piece, and then the armrests are separate pieces. I really do like the way they look. It's called Light Coffee. That was the name of it. I was a little bit sketchy about whether it was the color I would need, but it goes perfectly with recliners. Get this where you can see and kind of tell the colors are almost the same. On this side, and I've been sitting on the sofa, and you know, you can tell it's not taut, but you can tell someone's been sitting there, but it's not as sloppy looking. And you know, I'm being honest, and I'm expressing my opinion here. It's not as sloppy looking as some of the sofa covers that are on the market. I am debating getting another of this length and splitting it in half, and then sewing from here to the floor to cover that part of the sofa, and then I probably would need 2 of the sofa covers and fix it where it would cover this part. I'm gonna mull over that a little bit, but I really do like the way that it turned out. It gives a more open look to the living room with it being a lighter color. This was one of the negatives to this particular RV when we were looking. The dark sofas. I wanted the light, but for the style of the RV that we wanted, we never could find one. So, but it just seems to open up and make things a little bit wider. You can see I've still not put all my decor back. That's coming. I'm not in any kind of great big hurry to do that, because I want to make sure that I've got things put in position like I want to. I did put all that back, and you know, I may swap out. I'm thinking about putting some of this greenery up there. I guess that's about all in what our plans over the next days are going to be. So I am about to go outside and start working on definitely on planting the seeds, and I may try to whip out another couple of the things that are on the list, those that don't require a lot of pre-planting, and the ones that are cheap and free. So let me close with thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. Give us a like. Don't forget the notifications bell. Be sure that you hit it so that you'll know when new episodes are ready for viewing. Be sure to tell your friends about my channel. Share the video. My name is Elaine, and I am an RV wife. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Goodbye.